everyone, and welcome to what I hope to be a series of videos where I introduce you to technology and the internet, what it is, why it's important, and how you can be a part of this fascinating field. My name is Cleavon Shen, and I've been in this field for the past 20 years or so. And during that period of time, I've seen an explosion of how we use the internet. Think about all the things that you do online, that you use it for work, for school, for entertainment, and online shopping. Many people, despite the fact that many people today use the internet for many practical reasons, the technology continues to be a mystery to those that use it. And as a result, we all know that we tend to shy away from things that we don't understand. So that's why I created this series of videos entitled My Journey into Information Technology. In the first video, I will be answering the question, what is IT? What do the letters I and T stand for? And what makes it so important in today's modern world? And what is a career in IT like anyway? So let's get started. If we think about all the ways we use technology in our daily lives, we realize how surrounded we are by it. We use it at school, especially for remote learning nowadays. We use it to talk to our friends and family, share ideas, pictures, videos through social media, as well as email. And who isn't familiar with online shopping and how convenient it is to be able to order anything we want from the comfort of our home and to have it delivered to our doorstep without ever leaving our home. And don't forget about streaming movies and TV shows, as well as online gaming. So ask yourself, why is technology important to me personally? What does it give me that I can't live without? Now imagine being part of the team that makes all of this a reality. Do you think that pursuing a career in technology and being part of that team is just beyond your grasp, that you're just not smart enough to make it to such a team? Well, believe it or not, being on a technology team isn't as hard as you might think. But first, let's talk about what are some reasons why technology is a cool career to pursue. With so many different things you could do for a living, why choose technology? Well, for one thing, it pays well. While we know that money isn't everything, knowing that you'll have enough to support yourself, your family, and a little bit extra for recreation and vacation without having to go into debt, well, that's not a bad idea at all. Second reason, maybe you're tired of stuffy classrooms and expensive tuitions, giving you education that may not even help you in the real world. Well, there's no worry here because there's no formal or extensive schooling required to get started in technology. In fact, most technical professionals learn everything they need to know online. They do it through the technical community, through online colleges and institutions. Third reason is leisure time. Who doesn't appreciate free time? While your work schedule will change throughout your career, IT professionals more likely will have control of their schedules to such a degree that they are free to pursue other interests, or maybe just to get a little bit more rest. People who work in technology are also in high demand. So if you are in technology and you're looking for a new job, well, you're probably not going to have to look far, hard, or long. Another reason, do you have a passion for helping others, for solving problems that help the community? Well, then this career is for you. You can derive satisfaction from helping to make this world just a little bit better. And a final reason is concern that you won't make it in this field because you were born a certain way or that most people of your background just don't understand technology. Well, then know that companies are looking for you. You don't need to be a rocket scientist. You just need to be interested and motivated, and you can be successful. In fact, it's what makes you unique that allows you to bring the best solutions to the table. Still think technology, or IT as we call it, is too difficult to learn? Well, that's kind of what I used to think. But if I can learn it, anyone can. But why is it that I say that? Well, growing up, I hated computers. I wanted nothing to do with the internet or barely understood it. In fact, the people that I grew up with that had an interest in technology would often never explain it to me. They never had the patience. It's as if they were on such a different level of thinking that it was hopeless for me to ever catch up. In fact, throughout my whole college career, I kept away from computers, or I dealt with computers as little as possible. But in my first year in the workforce, I realized I needed more computing power. I also started hanging out with folks who did take care of computers, of technology, of the network for the company I worked for. And they all seemed to have a lot of fun. They were enjoyable, happy. They loved what they were. They loved their jobs. And most importantly, they did not have to pursue an expensive college degree to enjoy a salary that was much higher than mine. And I did have to pursue a college degree. So I decided to learn what I could online. Took some certifications in key technical areas. And since then, I never looked back. So if someone like me who had such a prejudice, such a fear of technology can learn to embrace it and to be successful in it, well, then I know that you can too. Well, let's go back to what we talked about, the reasons for pursuing technology. And let's ask this question in a more personal way. What part of a career in technology do you think would attract you the most? Maybe you like the idea of not having to worry about money, that you can be self-reliant. Or perhaps you like the idea of helping others solve practical problems and building your personal confidence that you can have an important role in today's modern world. Or maybe there was another reason that appealed to you. Well, we've been using the term technology and IT interchangeably, but what exactly is IT? Well, IT stands for information technology, and that actually sums up the whole point of IT. It's all about information, about data, getting it, managing it, storing it, making sure that only the right people can see it. So what kinds of data are we talking about? Well, think about all the types of data, the things that you care about when you share it on the internet. Maybe it's your photos, videos, emails, postings in social media, your songs and playlists, your shopping lists, and maybe things like your bank account. Don't forget about the personal information about you that is also out on the internet. Things like your name, your address, your phone number, and your email address. Can you think of other types of data that is on the internet, things that you might personally care about? Perhaps it's something that you depend on a day-to-day basis. So as you think about these things, you realize how important data is, and that making sure that it is well managed is also very important. But there's something else that makes IT unique and remarkable. We've had computers for decades, but for a long time, computers couldn't easily talk to one another. It was as if they were on a deserted island, isolated from each other. They were still useful for things like research, for business, and for education, but they weren't very interesting to the average person. See, it wasn't until networking over the internet came about, and it was a complete game changer. As soon as computers were able to reliably talk to one another, regardless of where they were, then the power of the modern world was unleashed to the everyday consumer. So the internet basically became something that we could not live without. But who runs IT, and what does a career in IT look like? Well, think about a modern office building and all the things that go into making it come into existence and operating smoothly. You need an architect, someone who designs the building. Then you need engineers who take that design and make that design into reality. They actually build the building. And then finally, you have a team of operations, people in operations who operate and maintain the building, make sure that it runs smoothly and that the people who use the building can do so successfully. Well, these three basic roles exist in IT as well. For instance, you have architects who do the research, they do the planning, they look at new technology, they do their forward thinking in behalf of the company they work for. Then you have the engineer who take that information and build solutions from it. They bring those solutions to life with the designs and the guidelines provided by architects. And then finally, you have the operations team, which is a team of professionals that run and maintain those solutions. They fix, they don't break, right? They fix what breaks, what's broken, and they make sure that their customers are happy. Over all these roles, you also have managers, managers who manage the people in those other three roles, making sure that they have what they need in order to be successful. So they're an important part as well. So a personal question, which one of these roles appeals to you the most? Well, the good news is that you don't need to decide now, nor do you need to decide on one role and stick with it for the rest of your career. In fact, many of us start with one of these roles and we grow to some of the other ones, or we may move from role to role over time. So you don't have to stay still. You can keep learning. And there's a place for nearly any type of individual in information technology. But what do we do in IT? What do IT professionals really do? Ultimately, we are problem solvers. We aim to improve the lives of others through technology. And here's some of the ways we do that. We use technology to solve all problems. For example, maybe we used to grow food or make clothes by hand, but obviously we don't do that anymore. We use machines, we use computers, and those things not only boost productivity, but they help to make sure that more people can benefit from those things. We also use technology to automate what used to be manual tasks. This makes the services we use on the internet more reliable and efficient, while freeing IT professionals to focus on creativity and developing new things rather than getting bogged down with mundane day-to-day tasks. So in conclusion, I hope you've learned a little bit about what IT is and how it plays an important role in our modern world. It doesn't have to be something that's scary, that we think only smart people that we view as smart can be successful. In fact, there is a place for everyone, regardless of your gender, your culture, or your background. In future videos, we'll explore other concepts of IT, how to apply them, and how it can help us grow and develop in our career in information technology. So I hope to see you there.